We know how hard it is to build positive momentum. And the last thing you want to do when you have it is to destroy it. I'm not going to allow myself to only experience blessings and get weak. I'm not going to let myself only experience blessings and get complacent. Like, I'm not going to allow myself to fall off. I'm thinking, AE, some of the battles that you've gone through in life that made you what you are, don't wait for them to reoccur. Go create them so that the thing that you became by the result of them, you can get those same results without having to wait for them. That's what I'm hearing when I hear create the storm.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get muscle from not feeling resistance. Like, it's resistance, muscle. It's resistance, muscle. No resistance, no muscle. Like, it is what it is. We can't look at resistance in a negative way. We have to understand that resistance has its place. Cardio does something for the body. Resistance does something for the body. And so life resistance does something for the body. And I really feel that this sound that comes from my voice, a lot of the passion that you hear and people go online, what up, it's your boy Poindexter. Like, yo, I feel you try to be like me, and I feel like you're getting loud, but it's not the loud that makes me loud. It is the getting through homelessness. It is getting through my academic struggles. It is getting through all my challenges. It is getting through the relationships that I love and the differences, and we're working it out. Like, what you hear is the muscle from the resistance. You don't just hear volume. You hear the muscle that has been developed from the resistance that I've gone through in life. Why are you going into your marriage with I can't take it. If football was a game, you know what I'm saying? And you were able to be mentally strong and tough in a game, but here you are not mentally tough in life. Nothing changed in my life until I took personal responsibility. The day I stopped thinking that, my mom owes me something because she brought me into the world, and maybe she does, up until what? I don't know, 16, 17, 18, like, I don't know. Maybe my biological father, should have been in my life, perhaps. But now I'm at an age where it's like, okay, some things didn't happen for you. How long are you going to sit here and cry about it? There are certain things in this country with capitalism that are fair and that's not fair, right? It's like, bruh, 40%, of my income, what I'm saying, the taxes. It's like, bruh, what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, though. Yeah. It's like you can go, man, taxes and not make money, or you can go taxes and figure out how you can make more, and then how you can use, certain laws, and policies and strategize around those, to put yourself in a better economic situation and put others in it. Like, and so I got out of that victim boy and to the victor, victor. And I know my state fans they hate when I say it, but Michigan's thing is hail to the victor, and again, I had to get to a point where I became a victor and not a victim. Bro, when you're born in America, I like to believe that God has given us like gifts. Like, I just came into this world with this voice. I just came into this world with this energy. Like, it's a gift that I have. So all of us were born with the gift. Now, I hate, Jay, when people say, you a unicorn. I was like, bro, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. I was homeless. I wasn't always using this like this. Like, don't do me like that. I had to foster this. I had to learn to love myself. I had to learn to love my gift. I had to learn to love the uniqueness of how I present and what I do. People didn't always like this. This wasn't always popular, but I realized, you got a gift. This was something that was given to you. Now, unfortunately, every gift isn't unwrapped. Like, every gift isn't assembled. Like, every gift don't come with batteries. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it doesn't mean that it's not a gift. So in America, you were born, God gave you a gift. Then now you're in a country with opportunity. Absolutely, there are challenges. There are hurdles. But I love my wife and I love my children too much to let those hurdles and challenges stop us from living and experiencing the American dream. So I will climb every mountain. I will jump over every hurdle. I will do whatever it takes to take advantage of the American dream. And yes, I'm one of those individuals that believe in the American dream. Are they passing the American dream out at the local convenience store? Not, no, they're not. But does it exist? Absolutely. And the land of the free and the home of the brave. If you want to be brave, if you want to be brave, if you want to be courageous, man, you can make it happen.
One of the biggest things that people do that I wish I would have learned a long time ago is to not worry so much or live by the rules of like what your parents think you should do, or
Right.
at the end of the day, because I feel you kind of live in prison, right? If you're living by everybody else's rules and you're doing things because you feel you're doing it to please other people and you're dying inside or you're sad. I'm not saying like go break the law and be a freaking outlaw, like don't be an okay, or some dumb shit, but just you should like be passionate about whatever it is that you're going to do. If you want to do hair, like cosmetology, like whatever you're passionate about, and I think that we're just too worried about everybody else, and I think we grow out of that as we get older.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I always tell our little one, like, I don't care what you are in life. If you choose to be a fighter, if you choose to be a ballerina, like she's like, that'll never happen. I don't care.
Yeah.
We want you happy and healthy and a good person, and be kind, and don't do drugs, and just I know you're going to follow most of the rules. Some are meant to be broken, I get it, but just don't have the police bring you home, okay? Because your dad will kill you. But just at the end of the day, just like be a good person.
Well, and you're passionate about what you do, regardless of what anybody does. If you're passionate about something and you believe it, then other people believe in you. And you touched on something. You said you were very confident, right? And I give credit to you, because a woman who is confident, if she's a 7, but she has confidence, she's a 9. And if she's a 9 and she lacks confidence, she goes to like a 5 or 6.
Yes.
And we have to have more people with confidence. I don't have a problem with people being risque or sharing sexuality. I'm a fan. I get it. I'm all in, right? All in. Right? Totally get it. I think I'm pretty hot. I'm a gilf, right? A grandpa. Because I got 2 grandkids, right? So the young grandpa.
Hip grandpa.
So that's right, a hip grandpa. So I like to feel confident. When I walk into a room, I want to own the room. I might not be the best looking, I might not be the richest, I might not be the biggest, the fastest, but when I walk in, I am the alpha. I am exuberate confidence. And I try to tell people, especially females, it's so important, because if you break and you're insecure, the qualities, even whether you're hiring somebody, you want to date somebody, you have a relationship with somebody, it's the biggest turnoff and you lose points, right?
You're right. And I always, I love, like, we're really on the same page, because I say that line all the time, except when I say a 7 with confidence takes them to a 10, because that's how much, like, it is. I feel it is important. I'm confident, but I'm never going to be the prettiest. I'm never going to have the best body. But you know what I do have? I have confidence in the bedroom. I have fun. I'm nice to everyone, right? And I'm professional. So you know what? I get hired back more so than the girls that are difficult to deal with. I'm not a diva on set. Like, I don't need much. Water, lady products, I'm good. Let's throw down. Like, it's time to work. So, so I think a lot of time, like, your enthusiasm, right? And your confidence are very important in everything, every aspect of life. I don't care what you do. Do it with passion.
Men are full of shit, right? So if men see an ad and they're like, oh, I'm not that qualified, but I can go in and wing it, they'll apply for the job and interview for the job. Where women are like, hold on, I don't have all those, I'm not going to apply for it. They're more reserved and they miss the opportunity. Would you agree?
I do agree. I think that maybe it is just because it's been a man's world for so long, that if these are the qualifications and I only meet 80%, I am not going to do the company or myself a disservice and apply, because technically I'm not really qualified, where men believe their own bullshit a lot of times.
Right. Agree. I agreed.
But it's not a bad thing. And I'm not downing men for that. Like, I think sometimes their confidence, and the thing is, sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. So, I'm not downing men. I mean, you take an opportunity. If you are offered, or you have an opportunity in front of you and you don't know everything, that's okay. Because I would rather take that opportunity than like miss the opportunity. Okay, and I'll learn as I go. I'll work like twice as hard to like make sure that I'm qualified. But I think you're right, though. You're right.
And I hate when people say, how you doing? Because who's in control? Me. Well, if I was doing bad, I'd be an idiot. So I'm never going to say bad, even if somebody might think it's bad. Dude, I'm always doing well. Yeah. I'm the one in control, and I know that. So it'd be a stupid answer if it was anything other than kick ass. I'm kicking ass. I'm taking names. I'm positive. I'm grateful, and I'm excited.
And you're real.
The universe will filter out the right people if you let it. And the way you filter out the right people is you be authentically who you are. Because if I'm not really who I am, you might like me, when in reality, you probably shouldn't. And you probably shouldn't be around. So now I'm surrounded by all these people because I'm fake, and nothing ever goes right and eventually crashes. Yeah. Well, I've learned a long time ago, if you want the universal filter to work, you got to be you. So someone doesn't like you can leave and will leave and should leave. Which is why the right people go and the right people stay. People say, that's the same people. How would they come and go? They're different people. The right people can go and the right people stay.
Yeah.
And the only way that works is if you're authentically you. So I learned that a long time ago. Unfortunately, it's I think refreshing nowadays. So I'm gaining popularity because I'm real, but I'm not really, trying to be real. I just say what I feel. Hey, if you're not making at least $300,000 to $500,000 a year, I can help you.
Right.
Why? Because number one, you're gonna have to sell something. Guys, let's face it. If you're gonna be successful in life, you're gonna sell something. Okay. A lot of people don't like that. Don't like salespeople. Salespeople are, I'm uncomfortable with sales. You're in sales no matter what you do, whether you believe it or not. So you just have to get good at it. But my point is I can show people how to get good at sales, but then they'd go out and sell the wrong thing.
I think door knocking works, but I'm a big believer in digital marketing. Like we talked about that. And if you have the gold, if you're investing in digital marketing and you're qualifying something or you're letting it self-book and you have an appointment, then you don't have to hire a door knocker or a sales guy. You just need to hire an educator. You need to hire somebody that can go out and make a difference, that is likable, that can show a proposal, that can show a presentation, that can explain to be thorough, like teachers, loan officers, people like that we were recruiting. We had 600 reps, but none of them door knocked. Our whole business was doing 50 million plus a month on running appointments where people raised their hand and said, I want to learn more about solar. And we go in and do a presentation.
But now that you're not doing anything, why don't you just share with me those
Absolutely,
those
I will.
campaigns.
Absolutely, I will. And that's the secret sauce, because the problem is the door knockers, they get too greedy, right? They're like, that. Why am I going to pay him if I'm not going to door? I can go do it myself and sell it to an installer. That's what they do. It's cutthroat. But when you have the gold, because the truth is when you get these guys don't want to be hunters no more. They're lazy. Today's world, they want to be farmers. They just want to farm the When you hand them the appointment, the gold, here's an appointment. Here's a gas card. Here's a shirt. All you got to do is show up, smile, and present. You make money. Now it doesn't matter. Now you can tell those sticks to go anywhere they want, and then you can focus on, you know what? I'm going to build my business for the business, not for these that want to go do their own thing. Yeah. I learned that in home security, and then I learned it in solar and stayed away from it. But people do well on it, but the problem is everyone leaves. Everyone leaves.
I tell people this all the time. The number one thing I get from people is, how quickly can I become a millionaire? How quickly can I find success? And I always say the number one common denominator to success is time. Yeah. It's time. Because it takes time to build anything worth a shit. It just does.
It does.
And you even have the question like, well, Logan Paul started Prime, right? And it's just killing, right? Do you know how long it took Logan Paul to become Logan Paul?
Forever.
YouTube
all day, every day.
YouTube for years. Yeah. Again, you want to be successful, but you're not willing to take the time that it's going to take to become successful. Nothing that's worth a shit is going to come like that. It just doesn't. If you can switch in your mind that you want every interaction to be mutually beneficial, you will change the course of your life. If every interaction you have in your mind is set up to be mutually beneficial, meaning you don't go into it unless it will be mutually beneficial, you'll change every single interaction. Because the majority, and when I say the majority, I mean high percentage, all people are doing is going out and looking out for number one. They're only looking out for themselves. What can I take? What can I have? What can I get? It's never, what can I give? I want to have the most impact on the biggest crowd I can possibly touch with this one idea. And that is, I genuinely believe in God. I believe that God is our Father and that we are His children. If that's the case, then we have the ability and the potential to do and be anything that we want in this life, 100%. I want to help people understand that principle, comprehend that principle, and then actually begin to believe that principle. If I can do that, if I can leave this earth with millions of people being convinced of their own potential and capabilities, I'm going to the grave as happy as I could possibly.
That's awesome.
So for me, all of my mistakes led into my inadequacies, which taught me I needed help. Yeah. And then that led me to the greatest piece I think that I learned from growing up until now. And that's, I would rather have a small piece of a huge pie than a big piece of a small pie.
Yeah.
And that's when things started to change for me.
That mindset that people have is I think it's ego driven, it's pride driven, and it is greed driven. And they don't realize that it really does take a village when you get to a certain point in a business. You can be a solo entrepreneur and run that shit till you get to X. But if you want to get to Y and you want to get to Z, you can only be great at a few things.
God didn't put me here to be like you or anybody else. God put me here to listen to him and to follow him. You know, and I've said this people have this weird idea of lions, not sheep. The very best leaders have mastered the art of following. Like the very best leaders have mastered the art of following. The real question is, who are you following? My job isn't to curate the best message that's going to get everybody to love me. My job and responsibility is to, when God says talk, I talk. When God says share, I share. When God says post, I post. Yeah. That's it. That's my only job. And that's why, a lot of times I won't even read the comments. I'll just I disappear from it, because it's like, that's not what I'm attached to. How you receive this, what you do with this isn't what I'm attached to. What I'm attached to is making sure that I'm hearing God and I'm saying the things that he wants me to say and doing the things that he wants me to do, shining that light. You know damn well, if you plant your flag and you're like, this is who I am, this is what I believe, these are my morals, these are my standards, this is my declaration to the world, this is how I feel about, being a father, being a husband, being a patriarch, being a leader. You're gonna get people that are gonna want to with you. You're gonna get people that are gonna talk about you. You're gonna get people that are gonna lie about you, this and the other. I love that.
I do too.
I love that because it means that I'm saying something that's sparking something. I'm flipping a light switch on, and there's a lot of people that don't like it. But my job isn't to get you to like it. My job is to simply shine the light. That's it. I got one job. That's why I tattooed this lighthouse on my arm. Is every day I've got one job. Shine the light. I don't give a shit if it hurts your eyes. I don't give a shit if you see. I don't give a shit if you follow. It doesn't matter. I'm not attached to that. I'm attached to one thing, and that's shining the light.
That's a dope analogy. I never even looked at it that way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You've got a bomb-ass Lamborghini here in the warehouse, a sick-ass Lambo. And I always say confidence and arrogance, there's a very thin line. It's one of my shirts. It's a thin line, and I like to ride it. Right. And when you're arrogant, you treat people like you act like you're better than them. That's not necessary. But to have confidence means, yeah, I'm successful. Yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I have an ego. I know what I want to do. I have nice I'm allowed to show it. The problem is the people that talk oh, you lost this money, or oh, you drive this car. Those are people that will never do it. Yep. Those are people 100%. That don't take chances, that just sit there and they hate and they don't know what else to do, and they really don't matter. Right. But everybody listens to them. Yeah. Everybody feeds into it.
Listen to losers. I mean, they always talk about the loudest boos come from the cheap seats. You know what I'm saying? Before you talk about my car, you go do it. Before you talk about me losing millions of dollars, you go make $1 million. That's all. Those are the rules. That's how it works. Until then, shut the up.
Exactly.
Because you haven't done it.